Hello, welcome to another very exciting episode and an interesting season of Ndine Thaza. My name is Tatenda Trinos Dongo, but you can call me the Juggernaut. The dressing is different because it's a season with a difference, where we're conscious of our health, but more importantly, we're conscious of what we consume. Organic farming seasons. We are about to experience or get to hear from the farmer for today, an organic farmer by the name Isabel Bandason. Let's check out her story.
My name is Isabel Bandason, ni Mafuso. Ndakaberekerwa ku Harare, ndakakurira kuchivu nekumfakosi. Ndikafunda kwa Highfield Secondary, ndikazoita nursing, about 18. Ndikazoita other things, ndakura. Ndakazosiya nursing. And fast forward to 2002, ndakazosiya basa, ndikapinda mu full-time farming. Ndakatanga dairy farming 2002 up to now. It's a family dairy farm. And I think it's important kuti nditaure kuti ndakurira kuchivu, kufamu kwa mbuya vangu na sekuru vangu. Ainzi ma small scale farming areas. Kunonzi kumaronda mashanu. I think ndo panotanga passion yangu farming ipapo. Sekuru vangu vaikama mombe, takakura tichiona mukaka wemombe tichidya, sawa milk yemombe, pachirimwa vegetable, tichienda kunotsvaka hohwa musango. Ndakakurira mubush technically. I'm a bush girl. I love the bush. Ndine vana 3. Nevazukuru 3. Vazukuru vangu again, they inspired me kuti nditange organic farm yangu inonzi Munaku Organics. Vazukuru vangu vanonzi Mukundi, wechitu vanonzi Nane, wekupedzisira anonzi Kurai. Saka ndakatora mazita avo ndikaita acronym yekuti Munaku, Mukundi, Nane naKurai. So 2007 ndinge ndakaita allergy, ndakareacta kuma stock feeds ataisanganisa tega. Ndakaita allergy nepneumonia, ndakarwara zvisingaite, but ndongotenda Mwari ndakapora. Ndakagara about 3 weeks mu ICU. Saka ndazobuda maya, ndakatraya kuona kuti kutresa kuti chii chaita kuti ndirware. Ndikaona kuti chinenge chikafu, ndikanzi ndine allergies ekuchikafu chakawanda, potatoes, dust, zvakawanda wanda. Saka ndaenda kutraya kuona kuti ndingaite sei kuti ndidye zviri health, ndizvichengetedze utano hwangu. Ndakaona kuti ndikadya sadza riri refined, ndinotadza kufema. Ndotanga kukosora, even chibage ndinongokosora. Saka ndakatraya kupota ndichibvisa, ndichiita eliminate zviri kundirwarisa. Ndibva ndazongoconclude kuti no, let me go organic. Saka ndakatanga nekuzvitesta, kuzviita kaguinea pig. Ndichirima zvinhu zvangu kugarden zvisina fertilizer. Ndakanotisa again kuti ndikangotenga muriwo chero ndekanotota mudumbu ndoita allergy, but ndikarima ndega zvisina fertilizer handirwari. Pane tsumo inonzi hanzi when the student is ready the teacher appears. Takatraina 2014 on organic farming. Saka ipapo ndakabva ndafunda the importance of kungodya zvinhu zvine utano kuti usamirire kurwara. Ndakatokungura kuti dai ndakatoziva ndakangobvira kudhara ndichidya zvakanaka. Takatraina kunyatsorima organic, kuita matrenches, kumonitor zvinhu zvedu, record keeping and a lot of other things. At the same time ndairima chia, kamikaseed kanonzi chia. Ndichingoita experiment, ndichigoogla, ndichitsvaga information. Saka ndakanotisa kuti kanondibatsira zvakawanda. Ndikanotisa futi kuti ndikadya sadza rebrown, kumba kwangu ndairiti chocolate sadza nekuti vana vangu vasingaridi. Saka ndakaintroduce ndichingoti chocolate sadza riri sadza rezviyo, kungovaencourage kuti vadye. And mwana wangu mudiki obva ati laya mama muri kunyeba, haisi chocolate sadza. Panapa ndine team of 6 vandoshanda navo, 5 vari kunesari, 1 ari mumba. Vese ndinoshanda navo as a team. Tinofundisana, ndichivatraina like 3 of the guys vakatrainwa. Even mwana ndinoshanda naye kumba wechi7 akatrainwa organic farming. Vanotozviziva kuti hatishandise machemicals. Saka vakatrainwa kugadzira matrenches, kurima zvinhu, kufarira kudya zvinhu zvatinorima tega zvisina machemicals. So there's a team of 6 or 7 neari kumba tese takatrainwa kuita organic. And tinoita muriwo mavegetables akasiyana-siyana, like right now tine derere but tinoita manhanga, mapumpkin nemapudzi, toita even chibage chatinacho kumba for the house ichiri organic, nemaherbs ndine lavender nerosemary nelemon-grass nerosella, they are all organic. Even zumbani, takaisa zumbani matrenches is all organic. Tine chia kamuka small seed kari organic. Kumunda tine moringa nezviyo, they are all organic. I think my main challenges ku organic nyaya yekuti market yedu ichiri kukura, it's a growing market. Generally speaking, vanhu vaita tsike kuti unozotanga kudya zvana zviyo nezumbani tea kana warwara, isiri lifestyle. Saka major challenge yokuti vanhu vanongofunga kuti unozonwa zumbani kana wakurwara. Yeti tinonwa rooibos tisingarwari mazuva ese, and rooibos yakangofanana nezumbani technically kuti iboost iwo. Saka tineka challenge kakuti pane tu ignorance mbichana. Saka tinoda kuti maybe vanhu tifundisane kuti tingogara tangodya zvakanaka, tingogara tangoappreciata even zvinhu zvedu zvatinazvo, zvinhu zvakaita fanika zumbani, even makoniti, zvinhu zvatinazvo musango kana zvatinazvo pamayadi pedu, tingozvifarira. Tisamirire kuti kana wazorwara ndopaunozo wozokata down zvinhu zvine mafuta. Tingogara tangoiita lifestyle, but it's a growing market. COVID-19 yakaafekta zvakanyanya, like tine matraining atinoita nguva nenguva, atinosangana nekuti maorganic farmers ari kwese kwese, hamusi muHarare chete, vamwe vedu vari kunana Hwedza, Murehwa, Mondoro, all over. Saka takatadza kuzopota tichibatana tichiita matraining atinoita. Sezvandataura kuti it's a growing market, iri kuleka kakudzidzisana kaya. Saka isusu takaona kuti zviri nani tipote tichisangana nguva nenguva tichifundisana. Saka pamusana pe-lockdown ne-curfew hataikwanisa kusangana nevamwe vedu fanika vari out of town. I remember patakaita last workshop Botanic Gardens, taida kutoenda kuHwedza kunoona vamwe vedu vari kurima zviri organic, vari kurima mbambaira nemabutternut, but takasotadza kuenda ne-lockdown. Koya vamwe vane produce out there vachida kuunza kuHarare, yakatadza kusvika pamusana pe-COVID. Saka ndiwo machallenges atakasangana nawo.
There you have it, our organic farmer, the 5th one for this season, has spoken. Remember, this season, Ineka that we mentioned, the winner is walking away with $1,000 cash, muso, courtesy of our sponsor, Glide Time Foods. After the break, we have so much more coming. There's also something in it for you, the viewer, so don't go anywhere, and see you after the break. Hello, welcome back to Ndine Thaza, the primetime entrepreneurship TV reality game show in Zimbabwe with your host, the Juggernaut. The business segment or the business campus for this season is educating us more, not just on business, but specifically on organic farming. Who better to educate us and give us a sense of direction than one of our expert judges that we have this season. Judge Titi, I would like to bring this one to you. What steps can someone take to get started in organic farming? What can they do?
The health of the plant that an organic farmer is growing is based on the health of the soil. So the most important aspect is that the organic farmer needs to build up soil health.
Okay.
And they need to do whatever it takes to build the health of the soil by promoting the living organisms and microorganisms that are in the soil that take care of the plants, bringing nutrients to the plants, protecting the plants from plant diseases, inducing resistance mechanisms in the plants so the plants are able to suppress diseases and they're able to ward off pests.
So focus when you want to already conceive the idea is soil. It's about the soil and make it ready for organic farming and no additives.
Yes. So,
Okay.
so tiriku uchika ivoredo.
All right.
We are building our soil.
Building also.
Yes.
And then that's the foundation
Yes.
of organic farming.
Yes. So it's about preparing your compost, learn how to prepare compost, get training, getting your mulch, do whatever you can during whether it's the rainy season, there's a lot of mulch around. Make sure that you get as much mulch as possible to cover your ground, keep your ground covered, so you're protecting the microbes and the organisms that are in the soil.
Yes.
Make sure that you have manures, if you're able to have your manures. Prepare your trenches, your fertility trenches. But the most important starting factor is a healthy soil.
There you have it from our judge, our expert judge, who has an appreciation of organic farming. A key word that I personally got there was when she said, get training. And this is your first form of training. Now I want to come back to the entrepreneur herself to hear more about how she can not just appreciate it on her own, but how can she articulate and justify how she qualifies to be an organic farmer. Let's check out her story.
Fact yekuti hatishandise fertilizer iri conventional handidi machemicals. Inini I consume zvinhu zvisina kana chemical. I think it makes me an organic farmer. And two, fact yekuti ndinorima zvinhu zvangu according to technique organic farming, kuisa matrenches tichishandisa natural inputs like mashizha, compost yatinogadzira tega, it makes me an organic farmer. And fact yekuti ndinotichawo vanhu vandoshanda navo team yangu kuti vateedzere zvimwe chetezvo, I think it makes me an organic farmer. For now I can say you first tine mabees kwatinowana uchi. Secondly tine maplants anofarirwa nenyuchi kuti dzigokwanisa kugadzira uchi atinochengeta kunesari asingashandisirwa machemicals. Third tine organic compost atiri kugadzira kuti tigoshandisa matrenches medu nemaplants medu. And fourth tine macrops atinawo akasiyana siyana anosanganisira moringa, derere, chia, rosella, several other herbs like lavender, lemongrass and rosemary. So far ndakachitengesa word of mouth. Ndine just a small group of people vane needs anenge angu fanga the ones over 50 madzimai andosangana nawo pane group rangu randinaro regarden club. Most of them vanofarira zvinhu zviri organic, saka ndakachitengesa by word of mouth. And ndakandichiri small, saka ndasandanyanya kuadvertisa because ndikazoda kukurumidza kuadvertisa ndisina produce yacho I won't be able to meet a market. But I am convinced that it's a growing market and we will get there. Initially totanga zvedine small groups iwa yandiri kuita emadzimai, contacts angu, even my own family, they appreciate organic stuff.
There you have it. The entrepreneur has spoken. They've told us about their business, what they're doing, and the competition questions. But this season, Ineka that because you also stand the chance to win. There's a competition for you, the viewer, courtesy of our sponsor, Glide Time Foods. Don't go anywhere because after the break, we'll tell you how you can participate and win a hamper in the contest. After the break, we'll also hear from our esteemed judges. See you there. Welcome back to the third and final segment of Ndine Thaza, the primetime entrepreneurship TV reality game show in Zimbabwe. This is always my most exciting part because we get to hear the verdict and the comments from our judges. Judge Titi, you've seen the entrepreneur, Isabel, and you've heard from her. First things first, your impressions of the entrepreneur.
This entrepreneur has a beautiful story to tell. Her experiences leading her into organic agriculture, how she's robbed in her family, how she's robbed in her grandchildren. So she's leaving a legacy for her grandchildren. I'm seeing here charity of something really good beginning at home.
Beginning at home.
Yes.
And getting into the business of the business.
Yes.
How are her numbers like? How well is she knowledgeable about how she's an organic farmer?
She is a very good organic farmer. She knows the organic farming principles, and we saw it in practice, where she's using fertility trenches, and she's using compost. She's keeping away and staying away from chemicals for the reasons that she told us.
So yes. She knows why.
She knows exactly why she is doing what she's doing. And so she's someone who's driven.
Out of 100?
Out of 100.
Finding herself?
I give her a 75 out of 100.
75 out of 100.
Yes.
Very nice, because I was in A. Going on to the enterprises, how well coordinated are enterprises?
She has multiple enterprises. She has bees, she has compost, she has a diversity of plants, she has herbs, she has field plants, she has horticultural crops. She has an impressive array of plants that she is growing.
Okay.
And for that, I give her another 75 out of 100.
75 out of 100. Going on to her marketing?
Her marketing, she's marketing at the level that she's operating at. She actually says that I'm over 50 and I'm in different gardening groups with people of my age, like elderly mothers, grandparents, and she's ministering to those ladies. Yes. She's doing a fabulous job. Okay. And I can see what she is doing having a multiplier effect.
Okay.
Yes. So she's doing a really good job in terms of marketing.
Out of 50, what does she get there?
I'm giving her 40 out of 50 for marketing.
40 out of 50. Very high marks there for this entrepreneur. We want to give it a bit of a masculine voice. Judge Leslie.
Yes, yes.
We'll find out whether you're in agreement or disagreement with the judge. But first things first, your impressions of Isabel as an organic farmer.
Well, I think she's doing the most. To me, what really impressed me was the aspect of employment.
Okay.
You know, when you then get something that employs other people, which means there's that commercial viability in that project. So to me, employing 5 people is significant, which means she's also adding value and making sure there's food security, there's decent shelter, there's decent medication for the 5 employees. So it's commendable. That's what we need to target.
And she's really doing farming as a proper business.
Yes.
Where there's employment besides the product.
Yes, yes. So to me, I think that's one thing that really impressed me on the, and I'll quickly run down. I gave a 60 for the first one. I gave a 50 for the second one.
Yes.
I gave a 35 for the third one.
Yes.
The reason why I gave a 60 for the first one is I felt she understands the concepts, like the principles of organic farming, but at her level, I also thought she should be certified in a way, you know, to be certified as an organic farmer. Because after you come up with a commercially viable project, the next thing is then to authenticate it. Because the only reason why we should believe it's organic is through certification. So I think at the level at which she is operating at, that certification process should also be there, because I think she has been doing this for a quite significant period of time. The 50, I also followed through, you know, the integration of, I also feel in a way that there are missing links. I think she's doing more than what has been presented to us.
Okay.
Yeah, because with the level of appreciation she has, and with the information that we have been privileged to get, that we have then used to judge, I think there are some missing links. So with what has been presented to me, I decided to give her 50.
She could do a bit more.
She could do a bit more. And on the marketing bit, I think like what Judge Tsitsi said, I was impressed.
Okay.
The reason why I was impressed is because she is using network marketing, which is one of the key aspects of marketing. Before you go commercial, before you go to supermarkets to try and get their attention, what do people from your church say? What do people from your community say?
The network.
What do people from your family say about your products?
Yes.
So you need that endorsement so that you correct things before they go on a commercial scale. So I also gave a 35 for
a good
that.
strategy there to go out. And then to cement this whole process, we bring it to Judge Missy. First things first, your impressions of the entrepreneur, and then we can get the numbers after that.
Okay, thank you very much. I must say I'm really impressed by Isabel because she's a living testimony, talking about her own experiences, the impact of health on the health of eating things that were not organic, and how incorporating an organic diet has helped her to get out of it. You know, actually, naturally, it would actually help somebody out there who is sick and says, this is the way to go. Yes. This is what you should be eating. Yes. So I'm actually very impressed with her. And as an organic farmer, I am quite happy that she could articulate some of the organic standards, some of the organic principles, and also she managed to be showing some of the processes actually, where we're seeing the trenches and the organic, the compost, where we're actually seeing the earthworms being shown. And they have given a 65%, they have given 60% actually. Reason being that she was actually supposed to, and I think from her level, she was supposed to be able to be articulating some of the do's and don'ts. But also one thing that was impressive on that one is that she managed to make sure that all her workers have been trained, the people she's working with, they are trained. So there is no excuse to say, somebody just put in some fertilizers without my knowledge. Everybody is into it.
Yes.
And on the enterprises, I saw her articulating the enterprises in a very good way when she started. The bees, the plants, the compost. And I've also seen that she's got an array of crops, making a good biodiversity. This is the basis for organic production, building the ecosystems. I can see a good ecosystem at a farm. So I've just given a 65% because she didn't articulate.
She had more opportunity.
She had more opportunity.
And on the marketing?
All what she's producing is being consumed within her networks. So I gave her 40 out of 50.
40 out of 50, and then I need your last number. Out of 50, we start with Judge Missy. Out of 50 on inspiration.
I gave her 38 out of 50.
38 out
that
of 50.
She's inspiring people with a story that is quite real.
Yes. And business is a story. I know, Leslie, you're an entrepreneur of note, and you know the value of a story. Yeah. Her story out of 50.
No, it's 40 for me. It's 40 out of 50. Why? Because I like the cross-generational cycle. The impartation of cross-generational cycle of techniques, the impartation of, skills to employees. I also liked the fact that she found herself. She had a problem and she had to look for solutions for that problem.
Yes.
So to me, there's objective evidence.
Yes.
So I obviously.
It's good at 40, and then the last number.
I gave it a 40, to just add on to what they said.
Thank you very much to the judges. There you have it, and let's see the score, total score on scoreboard. There you have it, 618. Not quite at the top. We still have 645 right at the top. Will it remain 645 or we'll get a better score? So remember never to miss any of our action and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Ndine Thaza, all our platforms. And remember, you are also walking away with a prize, a hamper courtesy of our sponsor, Glide Time Healthy Foods. From these esteemed judges, from amazing crew behind the scenes, and of course from myself, the Juggernaut. That's a wrap, and I'm out.
What motivated me in organic farming is the need for healthy food. nowadays we know there are a lot of diseases that are coming up from foodstuffs, which are mainly produced with synthetic fertilizers, for example, and pesticides, prophylactic use of antibiotics.